In the 6th century BCE, China was in turmoil. The once stable Zhou Dynasty had fragmented into a patchwork of rival states, each vying for power through war and deception. Rituals that once bound communities had lost their meaning. Authority no longer commanded respect, and people no longer trusted their leaders. It was a time of political collapse and moral confusion. Into this fractured world was born a man named Confucius, better known to history as Confucius. He was not a ruler or a general, nor did he seek to be one. Instead, he became a teacher, a thinker, and a moral reformer. Confucius believed that the chaos around him was not just a political problem, but a failure of character. Society, he argued, could not be repaired by laws alone. It needed a renewal of virtue. Confucius taught that order must begin with the individual, with cultivating one's sense of justice, compassion, and responsibility. His vision was rooted in the wisdom of the past, but it was anything but nostalgic. He didn't idealize old rituals for their own sake. He believed they could still teach people how to live with dignity and respect if approached with sincerity. Though Confucius attracted a small group of dedicated followers, he never held high office. In fact, his political advice was often ignored by the rulers of his day, but his ideas endured. After his death, his students compiled his conversations and teachings into a collection known as the Analects. Over time, these teachings became the foundation of one of the most influential ethical and political traditions in human history, guiding emperors, shaping institutions, and helping entire civilizations think about what it means to live well and govern wisely.